Dear students, I am here with the fourth chapter of yours from the diary of Anne Frank. This is an extract from her diary, which is in the form of a book, very famous book. You might have read it in your previous classes. Now, few words I'm going to introduce. First word is Jew. Who are the Jew? Jews are the people or community which belong to the ancient land of Israel, whose religion is Judaism or Yahudi. The second is Nazis. Nazis, and again, a party led by Hitler, and Nazis were the member of National Socialist Party, controlled Germany from 1933 to 1945. Or this word is also referred to the person who uses his or her power in the cruel way, or a person with extreme or unreasonable views about race. This became the word not only a proper noun but became used as for many people. Fascist, and those were people are also known as fascist. Annalisa Marie N. Frank, 12th June. Her birthday is coming in within few days. 1929 February, March 1945. We don't know when she died, in February or March. In 1945. Was a German born Jewish girl. Only fault of her was that she was Jewish, who wrote while hiding with her family and 4 friends in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is the capital of Netherlands. During the German occupation of Netherlands in World War II, her family had moved to Amsterdam after Nazis gained power in Germany but were trapped when the Nazis' occupation extended into the Netherlands. This is the photograph of the young girl, Anne Frank, and she wished, I would wish myself to look all the time. Then I would maybe have a chance to come to Hollywood. Like all the teenage girls who wants to be an actress. And she wrote on 10th October 1945. As persecutions or oppressions, suppressions against Jews population increased, the family went into hiding in July 1942 in the hidden rooms in her father's Otto Frank's office building. After 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp where she died. Died of typhus system, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margot Frank. Her father, Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended to find that her diary had been saved. Convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. Now, there has been many controversies that in the beginning nobody could believe that a young girl could write. So there was many inspection of authenticity of writing and others. And he had to go so many trials to finally get it right, because it was really unbelievable for many of us that how can a young girl can write such experienced thoughts and ideas. But finally the writing was checked again and again by so many authorities, and it was published and is still kept in Amsterdam in a museum. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicle the events of her life from 12th June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into Dutch is a language of Holland, Netherlands, or Dutch. Dutch is also known as People Dutch and as well as Language Dutch. English language, English people, Dutch people, Dutch language, of where? Holland or Netherlands. Into many languages, and became one of the world's most widely read books. There have also been several films, television, and theatrical production, even an opera. Opera is a composition based on the diary. Described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate examination. Intimate is close examination of the diary, daily life under Nazis' occupation. What she wrote, what she experienced every day. So it is a close examination of the brutal, cruel ways of how Hitler ruled over those era and those countries. And Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victims. Holocaust is a situation where a great many things are destroyed and a great many people die. They were put into the such a circumstances where are all diseased, and they are starved to death. They ultimately succumb to the death. Now here is a diary. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience of someone like me. Now she is saying it is a strange experience. Not only because I have never written anything. Nobody writes before they start writing for the first time. But also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings, her thoughts of 13-year-old schoolgirl. She started that writing that who will like to read my thoughts? Who will be interested in my life? So she was very apprehensive and she was very much reluctant to write in the beginning, as all beginner writers are, as you all feel. But once you plunge into writing world, you will enjoy it thoroughly. This is an inspiration you derive from the chapter. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, or I have an even greater need to get all the kinds of things off my chest. She confesses, she utters out that I want to, I have so many thoughts and ideas and experiences bubbling in my mind, soul and heart, that I want to let it out on the paper. And then she writes about that paper has more patience than people. Patience, the word tolerance. Paper can tolerate my brooding, my sorrow, my hatred, what kind of feeling I have, all kind of things paper can bear, but not the people. I can say anything, I can write everything on the piece of paper, but not to the people. I cannot say to them anything, but for the paper I can write down anything, whatever I feel. So it has more patience than the people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands and bored, listless. Listless is like no energy, no interest, no life, and very feeling low, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was brooding, thinking seriously, yes, paper does have more patience. And since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-backed notebook grandly referred to as diary. Now she had a well-bound diary and it is called a stiff bag, grandly, beautiful, red checkered, you have seen in the picture before, and it is what? The diary of young girl. Unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make it a big difference. She confined herself to that diary and made that diary her friend. Confined it. What her thoughts, whatever she had conversation with her real friend, she put it on the diary. Now I'm back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. She confesses that I don't mingle so well with others in the, although she finds a friend in the school. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that 13-year-old is completely alone in the world, I'm not. And she said, I'm not alone in the world, but I don't have a close friend. I have loving parents, a 16-year-old sister. There are about 30 people I can call friends. I have family, loving aunts, and a good home. No one on the surface, I seem to have everything except one true friend. All I find about all I found about when I am with friends is having good time. What you can share with your friends, certainly you cannot share with your elders. Okay, I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer. That's a problem. She says it's a problem for me that I don't become very close to anybody. I cannot intimate with anyone, and I am what I am. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. To enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down facts in this diary. And she's very clear what she is going to put down in the diary. She's saying that I'm not going to jot down my daily routine in the diary the way most people do it. But I want the diary to be my friend. And I'm going to call this diary, Kitty. What she named her diary? Kitty. And we will talk about it and read about it in the next video. Okay? And she named her diary what? Kitty. Okay? And she addressed her as a friend of hers. Let's see what we are going to read in the next video.